Yes guys, today in this video I'm going to be telling you guys why you shouldn't rely too much on the scale and you shouldn't be really too worried about the scale despite you eating under your calorie goal. So despite you still sticking to the diet plan, not eating off plan. Whereas if you're someone that has eaten off plan, then don't even bother watching the rest of this video. So yeah, you can just scroll off the video. But for those people who rely too much on the scale and they worry too much on the scale, even though they have stuck to the diet plan, doing cardio consistently with this amount and not eating off plan, still sticking to the foods that are part of their diet plan and not eating anything above their calorie goal, then I'm gonna tell you guys the 3 reasons as to why the scale weight may increase. Hopefully by the end of this video, once I give you these 3 reasons, you will become less worried about the scale. So yeah, don't stress if right after this video, right after I tell you the reason as to why you get day-to-day water weight fluctuations. Because this is water weight, it's not actual fat gain. So why worry about the scale when you know deep down that you've stayed adherent to your plan, you haven't eaten off plan, and you haven't, you're just stuck to the plan in general. Hopefully by the end of this video, once I give you the 3 reasons, you will become less worried about the scale. So the first reason as to why the scale weight may increase is because you've had a hard training session / hard leg day, especially like towards the end of the cut as well, when you have a very tough training session, or your body is just gonna put more stress within your body, and it's gonna create inflammation as well, create a sense of inflammation, and therefore this will lead to more water retention. So more water will be held within your system. So therefore, when you wake up, that's when you would get the water gain because of that inflammation. Inflammation rises. So therefore, water weight is going to increase on the next day. But yeah, that's the first reason. And the second reason is because you've may had a large meal or just a little snack meal, whatever. No, it doesn't matter the portion size, but you may had it right less than 2 hours before you go to sleep, or right before you go to sleep. And this makes sense, because if you eat less than 2 hours before you go to sleep, your body's not going to have enough time for it to digest all of the food right before you go to sleep. So therefore, food is still going to be held within your system right during your sleep. So therefore, when you wake up, you're going to be waking up with more mass, because there's still food being held within your system, which makes sense, because when there's more food, you're going to get more mass. You're going to get more mass within your body. So therefore, when you wake up, you're going to be getting a larger scale weight when you weigh yourself right in the morning. So therefore, if you do get a massive scale weight, you did have a large meal, right? You did, or just as a meal in general, less than 2 hours before you go to sleep, but that meal was part of your meal plan, was part of your diet plan, then yeah, there's no need to stress about that, because it's not fat gain, and it's just water weight gain from the food still being held within your system. Now the third reason as to why the scale weight may increase is due to poor sleep. The reason why poor sleep will affect water weight gain the next day is simply because having less than 7 hours of sleep will raise your cortisol levels, and therefore that will lead to cortisol holding onto more water. So therefore, you're gonna wake up the next day, have a massive water weight gain, because your cortisol levels have been raised during that poor sleep. So therefore, more water is going to be held within your system, because that's what cortisol does. Having high cortisol will lead to more water retention. So therefore, you're going to be waking up and having a massive water weight gain the next day, which is something you shouldn't really stress about, because in general, water weight fluctuations, they're normal. Scale weight, because your weight is going to fluctuate massively at certain periods of the cut. It may not fluctuate towards the start of the cut, because obviously you're losing glycogen and water, but towards the end of the cut, or even midway through the cut, that's when you'll experience water weight fluctuations. But don't be stressed on that, because as long as you stick to the plan, you stick to your diet plan, and you stay adherent, then you shouldn't be worried about scale weight fluctuations, because the scale isn't the only metric when it comes to losing fat. It's also about visuals. As long as you're visually seeing progress, then you shouldn't really worry about the scale too much. So yeah, hope this video has helped you guys. And if you want my help into getting to elite level shape, then comment down below on this video the phrase 10% body fat, and then I'll reach back to you with a one-to-one coaching application link for you to fill out, and then we'll see if you're a good fit to be being coached by me. Other than that though, thanks for watching as always. The fact that you watched this video is good enough for me. I'll see you lot in the next video.